Kharon Randolph. A lot of you may know me as Bonk. And this right here is one pass.
Who's gonna go then? You gonna go?
It's my gym. You gotta respect my rules.
I don't care about this gym, bro.
You shoot second. I
Go ahead,
shoot
shoot the
left.
ball. Shoot the ball.
You get
Yeah,
five. You get five shots.
stay here. You can shoot however you want. You shoot however you want. Shoot the ball. You gotta worry about him.
0-1.
I gotta worry about you, cousin.
1-2. 1-3.
And y'all nice and warmed up too.
2-4.
5 shots really ain't enough.
All right, come on. Let's shoot 3-5.
See, this is what I ain't doing. I ain't running around chasing rebounds.
3-6.
Y'all can't shoot. Either one of y'all can shoot.
You can't shoot better.
Come on, 3-8. From all the way back there, bro. I'm not shooting from all the way back there.
Even a 3. 3-9.
Shooting from all the way back there.
3-9.
3-9, man.
4-10. You get 4. All right, your turn.
Made 4 shots, guys. You serious?
You go first.
What that got to do with you making shots?
Made 4 shots, cuz. You serious, man?
The way you talking, you better not.
Do I get some warm-up shots or no?
The way you talking, you better.
Do I get some warm-up shots? I just need a couple, man. Just let me get a couple warm-up shots, man. I just want to get a couple warm-up shots, man. Just a couple, man. Just a couple warm-up shots. That's all, man. Just a couple, man. I just want to get the feel of the basketball. Just want to get the feel of the ball, man. That's it, man. I just need a couple, man. That's all I need. All I need is a couple, man. Then that was a bad pass. You see what it did, though. Hey, Boone, I'm talking to you while I was going in, too. See how serious you are when you shooting?
When you gonna start your 10? Tell me when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready? All right, okay. 1-1.
Now you want to give me bad passes. You see this nigga do too? You want to give me bad passes. 2-3. Terrible, man. That's something else, man.
3-5.
Terrible passes, man. Terrible passes. Terrible passes.
3-6.
Terrible passes.
4-7.
I can't even get a rhythm.
5-8.
Get in there.
5-9.
Oh.
5-6.
You made one more shot.
Passes all over the place. I get into a rhythm. I just broke just a little tiny little slip, man.
Let me get
That
my
shouldn't even count, man.
Let me get my 10, all right? 1-1.
Nice and warm, too. You nice and warm.
2-2.
Nice and warmed up. That's almost like a layup, too.
2-3.
I got you missing 5. I got him missing 5, man.
2-4. 3-5.
It ain't gonna bother him. I don't want to hear I made him missing shots and all that.
4-6. 5-7. That's a bad pass, too, gang.
Give him another bad pass. Rolling Jones to him.
5-8.
Rolling passes to him. Let's go!
6-9. I take 7-10. I take that. I take that.
My passes, your passes and my passes is totally different.
Let's talk about the journey. It started at about 4 years old. First basketball game, Longcrest Recreation Center. I'm pretty sure some people may know the league. My dad was my coach, my first coach, and he'll tell you like initially it was just me running up and down the court.
He's smiling. He might have shot the ball once or twice, but for the most part, he's literally still smiling to this day, the same way he was smiling at 4, running up and down the court. So, if you know him personally and you in that space and you're around him enough, you know how he's always a lovable kid. He's always smiling. He's always happy, and that's pretty much a true testament to him because that's pretty much what he is right now, and he was that when he was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Just having a good time, not really touching the ball, just enjoying myself out there. And then, you know, as I got older, it turned into something bigger. I was at Longcrest from, I think, 4 to 8. 8 years old. A coach up there seen me, his name Coach Calvin. He asked me, could I come try out for Norfolk Aztecs?
He said, I don't want you to play with you no more. I want you to play with me. And, you know, me, I'm kind of like, I don't know, boy, from a can of paint. I'm a little standoffish at the same time. But, you know, he got interest in my kids. So it was a first for me and Kharon because we both looking at him like, well, who boy? Like, he coming out of nowhere talking about, I want him to play with me. I don't want him to play with you no more. So, you know, we both listening. We both hearing him. So, Bonk excited. Like, Dad, he want me to play on his team. I'm like, what you mean? You play on my team?
I would be playing up, so I played up most of my life. So, from about 8 years old, I was playing up on the 900 team. We were pretty good. I played with some of the best players in the city at that age. Like, it was some people that y'all might know, DeAndre Hunter, Quade Green. He was on those teams. Stevie Jordan. I played up with those with some of those people, and it was just I didn't play much. Like, you mean, like I said, it was a really good team. People were ahead of me, and I was just learning. You know, learning how to play, going about it. You know, as anybody would. Of course, you're upset. You want to play, but you know, you gotta wait your turn. So. You know, I waited, and we went from Norfolk Aztecs, then we went to Team Kobe, which was 10 and under, so I'm 9 at the time. Still a pretty good team. Still Coach Calvin coaching us. My dad on the staff. We go to nationals. We went to Kentucky. We went to Kentucky in 2010. That summer it was John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, Daniel Orton, Darius Miller. They all were there that summer, so we got to meet them while we were there at Nationals. That was a crazy experience, something I remember forever. So I was 9 years old then. Like, that's crazy. I still remember that. You don't forget things like that. Seeing them while you visit in Kentucky, we in Rupp Arena. We got to take pictures with them, things like that. So we go from Team Kobe to
the PA Falcons. That was a team that we created. Some of the parents, you know, they nominated me to coach the kids, and you know, they like my approach. They like how I taught the kids. They like, you know, how how you want to say? They like the way that I went about making every one of them better individually. I had a kid on that team, kid named Jesse. Jesse plays for Lock Haven right now. Kharon actually played against them this year, and I have a picture of it. We took a picture, all three of us. Jesse's probably about, I want to say about 6'6" now. When Jesse started playing with us, Jesse couldn't even stand up and grab the rebound. Like, Jesse would literally jump, grab the rebound, and fall on the floor. So to see that kid from that point to this point now where he catching, making moves, dunking the basketball, like, that's just a testament to how much passion I have for the game of basketball and just teaching and wanting to see kids do better and be better. Not just for my own, because, you know, I touched a number of kids myself in that span of me coaching myself.
So my dad then becomes a head coach, you know, still pretty much got the same kids from when I was 8 on that Norfolk Aztecs team. And we, you know, he my coach, but like I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. He ain't played me neither. I gave him a lot of flack for this. Still to this day. Like he barely gave me time. He played me when I played me. He'll tell you I wasn't ready, but like, you my pop. I'm thinking, you mean like I'm gonna get some tick? You know, I feel like I earned it. He ain't think so, but you know that definitely molded me and helped me for the best. And one thing about playing up is like you playing with older kids, bigger, stronger, faster. Like I've been doing that since I was 8 years old, like I said. So I had to learn how to play and get my advantages somewhere else. And I think that's where my skill come from. Just being able to still get by people, still make shots. Like I'm not bigger, stronger, faster than somebody, so I gotta be smarter and I gotta be more skilled. Then we'll go to Philly Freedom Stars at the PA Falcons. I played with Coach Khalil. Pretty good team. You know, I was about, I think, 12 at that time. I was a little chunky. I got pictures. I'll show you. I was a little chunky. I was playing the stretch 4 at that time. Still got some skill, but you know how that go. Finally playing my age at this time. Finally playing my age. Things going well. We're pretty good. So that was that. Coach Lil, shout out to him. I just want to give as we talk about the journey. I want to give a shout out to everybody that coached me, everybody that was a part of this, because I'm molded by every experience that I've had. So then from Philly Freedom is when I started playing for Coach Ray, and Coach Ray was just he coached at Vogue Recreation Center. We just played in NESEC, the Northeast League. And that's when I started playing. I started getting, like I said, I was chunky. So after I stopped playing Philly Freedom, I was sitting out for a little bit. Pop ain't really had me in much. So we started playing with Coach Ray, and I think this is where my IQ of the game really started to enhance. I'm going to say it, but as a kid from Philly, we don't see too many white teams too often. And this is my first team I played with. All white kids, very skilled, very fundamentally sound, and Coach Ray just threw me in the fire, and he told me yo, you're our best player, and I want you to be you, but this is how you should play. This is the right things to do. He corrected me, and really taught me how to play the game, the IQ of the game, and I think that's where that whole thing of me being more skilled and smarter than a lot of my peers on the court really came from. We'll also talk about in middle school. So this, I'm thinking 6th, 7th, 8th grade right now is when I'm playing with Coach Ray. But also I'm playing basketball at school. So I went to the Jesus school.
I just be doing what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes my niggas lie to me about small shit when I know the truth. Act like it's nothing, but I'm going through. I wish my cousins love me back the way I love them, but they don't, it's cool. Tell them no and they be so confused. Ain't do shit for me, you see me fucked up like what I like I had the word when I was holding you. I be feeling like my life not for me. He put a perky in his stomach. I ain't feel I was important. Act like you don't really love me. I could think what I think, but I won't tell her. Baby girl, you better act like you know better. You better act like you know better. Said that you would stay forever, like till death do us part. I had hit all of my skeletons so we could restart. I couldn't afford Sinead, but I gave you my heart. Now you love somebody else, you let me stay in the dark. I pop a perk, I know it's killing me. Bro, I know you die for me, I want you live for me. I'm so slimy, I get closer with my enemies. I'm really me, these niggas not who they pretend to be. Yeah, got homies going on RIP, I throw a L. I could be dead or I be sitting in a cell. Every time that bitch get mad, she tell me go to hell. Like it ain't gun smoke in my city, we all throwing shells. Everyone I let it leave, got my mind lost. I've been wishing on the star, trying to find y'all. If I knew that love was blind, I'd take my eyes off.
Shout out to Mr. Dill.
Real nice guy. Love the kids. I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. He gave my kid life skills. You know what I'm saying? He taught him the game of basketball from his lens. He did nothing but love my kid unconditionally, and I'm grateful for that. I'm really particular about who I allow, you know what I'm saying, in his space, around them, you know what I'm saying, the way they talk to him, the way they treat him. I'm particular about that, and it ain't always been great. Some of the people that have been around him and laid hands on him, but we went into middle school basketball. 7th grade, he played well. The kid was skilled. He could score from any level. He could lay the ball up. He could shoot the ball. He could pass the ball. The kid was good. He played well at JZU. 7th grade, we made it to the playoffs. We wound up losing. 8th grade, we got a transfer in. Kid Tyree Pickron transferred in. They were really good. We made it all the way to the championship. We wound up losing in the championship at Penn Charter in front of about 500 people. And I would say that was a moment that created some adversity for Kharon as well. And just him, part of his going uphill and just getting better as an all-around kid and all-around player. Him and Tyree just wasn't on the same page in the game, and it showed. They struggled. They struggled bad. They missed a lot of shots. They just was out of sync. It just wasn't working for them. I think the team they played against at the time in the championship, I think it was Ignatius. I'm not sure what Booty's full name is, but they played against the kid Booty. I can't think of his full name at the moment. But he played for Ignatius at the time, and they beat us in the championship. And it hurt like hell. He cried like a baby after the game was over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just that moment, you know what I'm saying? For one, just being in front of that many people, and for two, just having an opportunity like that and not being able to seize it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all want those opportunities, we all want those moments, but are we going to take advantage of them and do anything and everything that's needed at the time to win it? So if him and Tyree could have just at that moment put aside their differences or whatever they was going through with each other and just got on the same page, it might have been a different outcome.
Definitely some great teams there. I could say a little powerhouse for sure. But yeah, I had I think my best teammate at JZU was Tyree Pickron. He went to Wood, then went to Quinnipiac, now at LIU Brooklyn, I believe. We was both on the same team in 8th grade. You'll see the videos of that. They all on YouTube. But even that was a good experience. Mr. Dill basically was the one that first put the ball in my hand. Him and Coach Ray, they basically said, like, at the next level you won't be a two. You're going to be a shooter. You're going to be a point guard. So they put the ball in my hands and, you know, just let me be able to play through it, make mistakes, and really learn how to play the game. So JZU was definitely a big step in my career, and definitely like 4 years that I really enjoyed. I thank Mr. Dill and thank Coach Ray for my middle school years. I'm not gonna lie, that was some of the best basketball that I played, I think. And so I really appreciate them for trusting in me and, you know, really believing in me. So now, as we done with middle school, we enter high school. So high school, my decisions was between St. Joseph's Prep and the Haverford School. I went to JZU, so JZU right next to the Prep is something that I want. It's somewhere I wanted to go since I was, you know, really young. But you know, I got persuaded by the school out there on the main line. It was a culture shock for me. Shout out to Coach Fairfax, one of my coaches and somebody that I've been blessed with. That's been really a teacher mentally that tests your mental toughness. That really tests your how you are as a person. He really tests your character, and I thank him for that. I got there as a freshman. Our team that year was
Van Shiz Austin. We talking about Lamar Stevens, and we talking about Cam Reddish. So we get there. Here we are, a little 5'10" kid, probably about 100-something pounds, with high hopes and high expectations of impacting this program along with those three young men. All doing well right now. So here we are. I think Kharon swung probably 2 or 3 JV games before he hurt himself. So he was in practice. He was up at school every morning before the season started. He was up at school with Coach, with Henry at the time. He was working out. You know, he was doing his due diligence to get better. Mind you, we live in the Northeast, so he was catching the R5 probably at 5 in the morning, maybe. I want to say 5 in the morning he was catching the R5 so he can get the morning workouts before school started. So it was a grind. It was a grind. He wasn't backing down from it. He wasn't shying away. All he knew is he wanted to compete at a high level and do well in school. So he continued on, going his workouts, doing what he needed to do, taking care of his business in class, so on and so forth. Season started. They swung him a little bit JV. I think he might have played 2 or 3 games JV, and then he just stayed on varsity. I think he played a couple varsity games. I think that first game he played was Battle of the Beach. Huge tournament. We actually went to the event. They actually were playing against
Isaiah Briscoe there, Chuck Diallo. This is my first year, it was my freshman year. Chuck Diallo. We played Roman and Emotep on the same weekend. That's when they had Fats Russell, and those those teams, and then Roman had Tony Carr and Isaiah Bostic and them. That was a great, just a great experience. Like his whole thing was for us to get that experience of playing inside the city, because we were a bunch of city kids. Like, being in a school that's on the main line, out in the suburbs, and playing in the city and playing in front of our family and all the people that support us was big for him. And he also wanted us to experience traveling and getting out and really having great tests outside of the city. So that was his whole thing. And like I said, he tested our mental toughness. I can't thank him enough. I didn't play much my freshman year, but I learned a ton.
Later on, he was having some funny feelings. He wasn't feeling right. His legs just wasn't right. His knees wasn't right. So he went to the doctors to get checked out. Long story short, he tore his right meniscus. Season came to a halt. We were devastated. He was devastated. I was devastated. I felt his pain. He was in his room, frustrated beyond his wildest dreams. I mean, he's sitting in a chair with a knee brace on, lifting weights. He was just in a bad space, man. He was trying to find himself and figure out why could this happen to me and why is it happening to me. So, it was rough. It was a rough time for him. It was a rough time for me because, basketball always put us both in a happy space. We sat, we watched, we watched film, we talked about it, you know what I'm saying? It was just something that we did that made us even closer than what we are. But it was a big deal. So
after that, Facts got rid of, he resigned, from school. He resigned as coach, and he went on to go be the president of Girard College. So we had a new coach come in, Coach Bernie Rogers. He recruited me to Ryan when I was in middle school. Mr. Dill, like I said before, he went to Ryan, so he was close to the program. When he came to Haverford, when Coach Facts left, I wasn't sure what to do. Like I was hesitant on if they would hire somebody that really cared about basketball, because it's an academic school. Sports isn't like a huge thing there, so I was just curious on what I really wanted to do. But when they hired Coach Bernie, I felt like this was a fit, and I learned a lot from him. And as you can see, we did just that. My time at Haverford was some of the best basketball I've ever experienced in my life. Probably the best basketball experience in my life. My sophomore year.
Shiz graduated. Lamar transferred and Cam transferred. So only person was left was Kharon, of course. We talking about empty gym, nobody in the gym. It's only him. Coach leaves, players leave. It's just us. He stood the task, man. He stood the task. He stood tall. He stood the task. That boy ain't got integrity. He ain't got passion. He ain't got grit. You got the wrong kid, man. You got the wrong kid. I mean, to walk into that gym and see nobody in the stands, it was a lot. It was a lot to know why we went to that school, what we were looking forward to, and what we wanted to happen, and for it to all just crumble before our eyes. It was just like, wow.
Sophomore year is when I made that leap as to, I feel like, one of the best players in my class in our city. He really trusted me, put the ball in my hand as a sophomore, and let me play. But not only that, he taught me, he teach me. He never stopped teaching me. He always told me, like, whenever I do something good, he told me this is what you need to do better. Like it was always constant teaching, and it's something that I've learned from Coach Rogers, from the beginning of the time. So shout out to him. I played there. I played with the likes of, once Coach Rogers got there, Christian Ray.
My relationship with Bonk has kind of been, a little bit different path, because I've only known him for 6 years, but I felt like I've known him and grew up with him forever. Me and him first met, it wasn't even in person, but me and him, he heard I was thinking about going to Haverford, and, Bonk just being the caring guy he is, he reached out to me. Me and him were talking about everything, and then on my birthday, he just tweeted at me and said, "Happy birthday, C-Ray. You know what to do." And I felt like even though it was a short amount of time, me and him had already been, connected to a certain extent. I felt comfortable with my decision to go to Haverford because I knew that I had him. I knew I had somebody that I could, be around, somebody that was going to include me, somebody that was going to integrate me with everybody else. And when I went, that's exactly what it was. Bonk's the type of person where if he sees you sitting alone, he's bringing you over. He's not letting you walk to the train by yourself or work out by yourself. If he can, he's going to do it for you. And he's not going to ask for anything in return. He's not going to ask for a favor back. That's just who he is because of his pure heart. And me and his relationship, he knows that mine and his relationship has been, it's been constantly a solid relationship. But me and him have had our good times, our bad times. Me and him are both kind of strong personalities. So there's times where me and him are, going back and forth, especially about basketball on the basketball court. But the one thing that I always know is no matter what I do and what decision I make, that he's going to be behind 100%. Now, he might tell me not to do it, and he might, try to steer me in a different direction, but I know that he's always going to be in my corner, and it's vice versa. No matter what decision he decides to make, I'm always going to be there for him. Bonk is the type of person that if you want to know the truth, you got to call him. And you always going to get off the phone like, why did I call Bonk? I didn't want to hear the truth. I wanted to hear something specific. I just wanted him to kind of flatter my ears a little bit, so I felt like I was right. But no, he's going to check you if you're wrong. He's going to tell you if you're right. But, so that's just Bonk. And now I appreciate it. There's not many people in this world that are better people than Bonk. I've been fortunate enough to have a relationship, friendship, be a brother to Bonk for 6 years now. I know that this isn't how his career wanted to end, but he was him. He was him. And I don't think there was a more underrated player in the city than Kharon in, a long time. He could play with anybody, no matter where it's at. Just his pace, his skill, his toughness, that's just who he was. Now, he hacks. Kharon Randolph hacks. Anybody in practice knows that Bonk hacks. But, our relationship, man, I really value it. Kind of the last story that I'll kind of tell, just to speak on who Kharon is we didn't win my first year with him. We won, but then it kind of fell off at the end, and we didn't want to interact. Second year, we bring us back. Jameer is there, and Chubbs, and Awesome, and we get back, and all the guys on the team came back because we had no seniors, and we want to interact. We ran through the interact, just like Chubbs told everybody we was going to do beforehand. And then we ran into the Hill School in the state championship, and we didn't get blown out, but we lost. And I know it's hard for everybody, but then we came back the next year and we won the state championship. And when I tell y'all, the person who was crying the most in the gym when we won, it was Bonk. And that just speaks to who he is. I was laughing at him. He came up, gave me a big hug, and I'm, me and him talking about everything, but that's who he is. It doesn't matter if it's him or somebody else. Like, he just wants to see everybody win. And, that to me is just the most respectable thing about him. Like I said, he's an extremely talented basketball player, but he's an even better person. Bonk, I know it's not how you wanted to end, but just know I love you, I appreciate you, and I look forward to the next chapter. I know you're going to be madly successful, and I can't wait to hear about it. I'm going to talk to you soon.
Mary Nelson Jr. So we were, Austin Richards, he now plays football at University of North Carolina. That was a great experience for me, because I won my whole life, but this is the first time where, I feel like it really meant something. Back in J-Zoo and back in middle school, those championships were good, but it was for recreation centers or it was for something of that nature. This is the first time I'm putting on for my school and putting on for my family, and I really felt it. This is something I felt close to me. I felt like I was doing it for my peers from my freshman year, for the likes of Cam Reddish, Shiz Austin, Coach Fax, Lamar Stevens. We didn't get a championship that year, and I thought we should have with that much talent. So I felt like when I finally got to reach that point my senior year at Haverford, I was doing it for a number of people. So I want to shout out to Coach Rogers. He really taught me a lot within the game. He's a very, very, very good X's and O's coach. And he just taught me how to be a team player, how to be a leader, and how to come ready to work every single day. There's no days off when you're in practice. When you're being a leader, you got to come every day, no matter how you're feeling, because everybody watching you. So he definitely, made me
a fan. He made me a believer, and he definitely made my kid a college athlete. Just teaching the game of basketball, just showing him the right way to play, teaching him a system, teaching the ethics of just no I, just team. It made him, what he is today as a student athlete. It was nothing short of outstanding. Sophomore season ready to start. Coach is there. Kharon want to play the way he want to play. Coach not really trying to hear that. Like, he ain't really trying to hear it. It ain't really about you. It's about us. Kharon got a lot of emotions. He got a lot of things that he want to get off of his chest. He got his own agenda. Long story short, sophomore season, he's all mainline. He's all interact. He's all Delco. I think he might have averaged probably 17, 18 that year. He fell short of MVP to Devin Goodman that played for GA. It was an outstanding season. It was nothing short of outstanding. Coming off an injury, everybody leaving, new coach, foreign place. He put his big boy pants on, man. He got it done, man. I commend him for that. Because he could have folded. He could have, after injury, it's not easy to bounce back, We get injured. Sometimes we go into a shell and we don't come out of it sometimes. But he managed to get back. We won the championship. We cut the nets down. We put everybody up on their shoulders. We got this player, that player, coach of the year, you know what I'm saying? You name it, we got it. We won it. You name it, it happened. It was such a big deal. It was a storybook ending from where he started to him getting hurt, to losing his teammates, losing his coach, to getting a new coach, to just going uphill and just, being who he is. So he graduated. He left with a championship trophy for the first time in, 20 years, something like that. It's the first time he won an interact in 20 years. The accolades and the things that he received and won over that 3-year span is nothing short of remarkable.
So then, out of high school, got recruited by a few D1s, nothing, certain. So I decided to commit to youth sciences. As we see, that didn't work out well. It was a lot of miscommunication. The reason I committed to youth sciences, I just looked at the long-term view of it. You graduate from youth sciences, you making, almost close to 6 figures as soon as you're done. And that was kind of my thing. I really wasn't looking at the basketball aspect because I felt like that would take care of itself with me just, being, so prideful about the game and wanting to be good. So I committed to youth science.
We picked sciences, and we picked sciences based off of just his education, psychology. It was actually going to be a physical therapist. So we started with physical therapists. So we go to sciences, we go to the visit, we go to sign a letter of intent. We do the press conference at school. We got the sciences hoodies on, everybody all dressed down, hoodies on, happy, great day, take pictures. We go to sciences to sign a letter of intent, and he slides us a letter saying business management. So we looking at him like, huh? That's not Kharon's major. So we all sitting there looking at the coach like, what is this? Like, that's not what we signed up for. Like, why are you sliding us this? So he gave us this whole spiel about points and his score or something like that, and why he couldn't do physical therapy. My wife lost it. Mind you, it's just us. It's just the immediate family in the room with the coach. She lost it. She took the paper, she balled it up, and she told him we're not taking it. So at that point, I would say we safe to say that we decommitted. So we still had the
state championships. So I decommit on Tuesday before our semifinal states. So semifinal states, Coach R.C. Kehoe comes to the gym the day after I commits and basically, express how, he's interested in me and he really wants to, get this recruitment on the roll. And that was big for me. The day after I decommit, I see a coach, and it really showed me, how much he was interested. They were at both the semifinal game and the state championship, and that eventually went a long way when it came to came down to my recruitment. I went on a few visits to your signings at D3 school and then East Stroudsburg. I talked to them. I was really talking to them heavy. But at the end of the day, Holy Family was home, and I felt that I wanted to stay in the city. I felt like I'm a city kid, and I felt like I needed to be here when it came to college. So I got to college, got here with a really good recruiting class. It was me, Eric Esposito, he went to Conwell Egan. Married Montague went to Newman, and Patrick Robinson, he was the leading scorer at PCL. He also went to Conwell Egan that year. So I felt like we came in with a good recruiting class. They won 4 games the year before, and basically Coach Kehoe was like, we gonna turn it around, and y'all gonna be the start of it. And it was looking that way, as we our season went on. Like I said, we won 4 games the year before. Then we won 14 my freshman year. 3 freshman guards were starting, and he put a lot into us, and really instilled a lot of confidence and told us like he believes in us, he wants us to go, and it was looking good. We looked like we were on the up and up. Pat was a rookie of the year of the conference, so we really had some pieces moving forward. Then the school decided to let go of coach, and they changed the job description or something of that nature. We ain't gonna talk about it, but coach was let go, and then I got another blessing in getting our assistant coach, Coach Haig, who is our coach here now at Holy Family. He went to Holy Family, holds some records here at Holy Family, so he's Holy Family through and through. I believed he was the right person for the job, and to this day I still believe that, and I know for a fact he's going to turn this program around. I just think the way he coaches us is he's all about skill, he's all about getting better, and I feel like that's what he kind of preaches the most. Is like at the end of the day, we in college basketball, you got to get better individually and as a team. I can't thank Coach enough for riding through me throughout all the injuries, not being able to play because of it, or the COVID year. Like he's done a lot in that aspect. At the end of the day, he's helped me get a free college education. For me, we're gonna go back and forth, all right?
Oh, you want to go back and forth?
I'm gonna go first, then you gonna go, then I'm gonna go. All right.
So you're not free. You free? I'm Beans.
Yo.
It's like no. Go ahead.
Then we're gonna talk about each moment in between each turn. All right.
Okay. Good.
So look, for me, my first moment that is one of my top 5 is I was playing for PA Falcons, my pop team, right? He didn't play me that often. We just gotta put that in there. He didn't play me that often. I was playing upper age group.
He was playing up and you wasn't ready.
Let's
just keep it all the way. We gonna keep it all the way funky. We ain't gonna play around with none of that.
And we was in Allentown or Pottstown?
We was in Pottstown.
We was in Pottstown, right?
I remember this vividly.
Nobody was playing good that game. Like nobody. And I think I had 6 threes. In the second half or something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of consecutive.
Yeah, it was kind of consecutive, back and forth. I think that was my first game where I was I really was confident, just playing freely in the zone. That was the first time where I felt okay,
I'm a basketball player.
I'm really doing this. This is me. I think that was 4th grade maybe. I was in 4th grade, they was in 5th.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
You almost confused me for a second when you said Pottstown. So, We were in Pottstown, but we were in a like an off-site rec in Pottstown.
And we were playing against a team from Allentown.
And we was playing against a team from Allentown. And they was rowdy. They had a lot of parents. They had a lot of people. They was beating us. They was up on us.
Right.
We were struggling. And I just was searching for somebody. You know how you look down the bench? You got that look on your face and you like, who to put in? Like, I done put everybody in. The rotations ain't working. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to put him in. Yeah. And I put him in and he made his first shot. And even for me, it was a moment because I knew that he was always talented and he could compete, but it's always that, is he ready? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt like he wasn't really ready for those moments in those games at times. Just, he get in like a deer in headlights, you know what I'm saying? And he there, but he not responsive. So in my mind, I'm like, nah, he not ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he would get in this spurt. So, okay, back to that moment when he got in, he made his first shot. He got the sleeve on. He got the headband on.
I thought I was AI back then.
Of course, his shorts is like a 3X.
We got pictures. We gonna show you our pictures. Like.
So in that moment of him making that first shot, it was like a moment for both of us. Like, okay, he has arrived, and you know he can compete, and you know the moments and the action is not too much for him. So, like you said, he went on a little run by himself and
kept us in the game.
He might have been probably in that span. He might have been maybe a good, I want to say 6 for 8, 6 for 9,
8 from 3, something like that.
I think the last shot that he made, it was kind of like, it was like the Mike Flu game when they all grabbed him and he was tired, couldn't keep his mouth closed. Like they grabbed him like he just won a championship game. And I'm looking at you like, bro, you made 4 shots. Like you acting like you just played a 3 overtime championship game. But you know, it was just good to see all the older kids embracing. You know what I'm saying, and telling him how good he did, and for us to also win the game. Like it was such a big deal. But that was definitely a moment. That wasn't even in the back of my mind, but you know, now that he said it, that was definitely
that was
a
like
moment.
My family. Such a touchy topic for me. I pop into every game you can think of. Like he's barely missed any. Like I say, he's my coach from day one. So he's seen me from a 4-year-old kid that don't know nothing he doing on the court to somebody that's, you know, that got some records, that got some accolades, and you know that's pretty good at the game. He's my biggest fan, my biggest critic at the same time. Like he gonna tell me, he not gonna sugarcoat nothing. He gonna tell me if I'm on some BS. He ain't really gonna tell me if I'm doing good, honestly. he always got, there's always room for improvement, and like that's just something that I've learned over the years. Like that's just love at the end of the day. He want me to be the best me possible. So for him, it's like I'm going to give him the tools to be as good as he can be. And that's why he was so hard on me. That's why he say he didn't play me back then. he said it worked out for the best. That's what in his mind. That's what he did it for a reason. I mean, in hindsight, I think that's what he's saying. But back then, that wasn't his mindset. but like I said, like that unwavering confidence in me, like it never went away. Like. And when I got to, you know, middle school and high school, and you know things really started to fall in place for me, you could just tell how proud he was of me, and how like he damn near was living through me. Like I felt like at a point that I was doing this for him. And like people always say like you shouldn't live through your kids, you shouldn't. Like honestly, in my opinion, like that made me feel good. It made me feel like I was doing something for him. Like all that he sacrificed, all the time he spent in trying to make me get better, all the time he spent, all the money he spent, all the time he spent driving up and down the East Coast to make sure I get to this tournament, that tournament, make sure I get to this game. We've been all over Philly, all like honestly, like the least I could do was make that man feel like that he did something when it came to me, and that he fulfilled his job. And I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done. Like when it comes to like my trophies and my gear, or the accolades, the plaques, all that type of stuff, it's his. I ain't gonna ask for it back. Like he takes all that stuff, he puts it away, and he like when he get his new house, it's gonna be like a man cave down there, and like he gonna put all my stuff up. Like that stuff is his in my opinion. Like in my eyes, like he did that. Like he earned that. Like I did it for him, and I loved every bit of it. Like seeing him in the stands, like when I'm warming up for a game, I feel his aura when he walk in the gym. Like I know where he's sitting at. Like I know where he not sitting at if he not there. And it's only been a handful of games, like maybe like 5 to 6 games since I've been in middle school, like that he's missed. Like I can count on the same hand. Like I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done on my journey. When it comes to my mom, she ain't a big basketball like fan. Like she don't really like it too much. She don't like watching me because I'm real reckless. I fall on the floor a lot. Like but at the end of the day, I know her support and love is there. I know she mean well. I know that she as long as I'm good, she good. And that's the most important part when it comes to her. Her love and her passion for me and for her children is something that kept me going, because if you see somebody, just doing whatever it takes and sacrifice as much as she did for us to, have the life that we have, like, the least I could do is do something passionately and do it with my all. I think I got that from her. When it comes to my siblings, Kayana and Cameron, like, honestly, they've been following me around and going wherever me and Dad was going for the longest, like going to games. Saturdays was filled with me, like, and that type of sacrifice is something that they might not even acknowledge yet, or they might not even see yet. But I'm telling them, like, they sacrifice a lot just to see me play, just to see me, go do the things that I love to do. And I can't thank them enough for it. Like, they definitely could have been doing some other things on their own time, but they rather watch me play basketball, and they get a joy out of that. So I can't thank them enough for, following me through and really seeing everything that has happened. And now we got Cash, the baby. Like, this year was his first year, really seeing me play. He 2. He might not even remember it when he get older, but I don't think he knows how much it meant for me to see him in the stands and, really see me doing something that I love. I take so much pride in being a big brother and setting an example, setting the standard for them, so that they can know what it looked like to have some type of success, or something that they love, or something they're passionate about. So they can see that, and so they can surpass it one day. So for Cash to be able to see one full season of me playing basketball, it meant a ton. Like, me seeing him in the stands was amazing. I say hi to him before the game, in the stands, every game. It was great. It was great to see him up there and him actually paying attention and him actually watching. Like, I think he'll want to do this eventually at some point as well. And then, like, when we just talk about my family, like, they've been my motivation through all this. Like I said, getting free college was my goal. And for my parents not to have to pay. Like, that was the whole point of me playing basketball, me picking this thing up. Never had no goals of making it professionally, never had no goals of doing this beyond college. If it happened for me, it would have happened, but that wasn't my goal, that wasn't my intention. I just wanted to go to college for free, so my parents ain't had to, struggle to put some money up to even think about paying for college when I got the opportunity to go for free. So that's the reason why I did it for them. And for my siblings, it's just to create a standard. Like, y'all, we are going to go to college, we are going to get our degrees, we are going to be successful in whatever we choose to be. And I wanted to be that for them. I wanted to, set that standard, and I want them to surpass it at some point, all 3 of them. And I think they all got the opportunity to do that. And for them to see it was important because, in Philly, it's hard to see people that, that don't really got too much, like, when you don't got too much success or you don't see too much success, you don't know what success look like. So for me, it was like showing them what success is and showing them what it looks like, so they know how much it takes and what it takes and what they have to do to get to that point. Like my little brother told me now, like he plays at Crystal Ray, he's a freshman. And he tell me all the time, he like, Bonk, like I don't know how you did this. Like you woke up at 5 in the morning to get on the train to go to Haverford, and you wouldn't get back till 9 o'clock at night. Practice, like homework, games, like I tell him, like at the end of the day, if you love what you're doing, you're gonna make it happen. But for him to recognize that and for him to apply it to his situation now, like I feel like if I didn't show him that, he wouldn't know what to do in that situation, or he wouldn't know how to do it. The fact that I went through it and he got somebody to call, and the fact that he's in the same situation helps me a lot. It helps me rest at night, knowing that I can help him with whatever experience he's going through. And then, like for the last person, I wanna talk about when it comes to family is somebody that's been on this journey with me and my pop since about, I think, want to say 7th grade. We talking about driving up and down the East Coast. He's been to almost every tournament with us, and just supporting me throughout it all. I want to shout out to Eddie Muhammad. That's my guy. Like I said, I'm not his child, but he's been to as many games as my dad. He's missed a handful of games throughout my career. This year he's missed many because he had twins, so he's been a little busy. But before this year, like he's missed a handful of games, and I'm not even his son. I'm not even his blood. I can't thank him enough for just his constant support and just being with us and being with my pop, man. And really them two being the loudest people in almost every gym we win in. Like they going talk no matter what, no matter the circumstances, no matter what's going on, win, lose, or draw. They riding for me, and I can't thank him enough for taking them trips, spending that money, taking his time out just to watch me play the game that I love. We talk about sacrifice; it don't get no bigger than that.
Okay. Somebody fell in the rain. Okay. Here, man. 3-5, man. You ain't getting no more shots, man. Where you going? You made 3? You made 3? So I need 4. One, two.
Let me see.
1 what?
1-3. You got 1-3. You said that one ain't count. 1-3. See? 1-4. Boom. Tell me you shot better. Tell me you shot. Start over. All right. 1-3. You won. You got it. You got it. You in there. Hey.
Man, Cam, that's my little brother. He been my shadow for the longest. He watched everything I do, watched my every move, wanted to play basketball. And I seen that from an early age. I seen that he was watching me. And that's what gave me another reason to just go and do as much as possible, and for him to see, what this really look like, how much it take, how much it take to be, successful at whatever you want to be successful at. He's been watching me from a young age, and I just took pride in it. I took pride in making sure he know what this is, and he know what it takes, and he know how to be, as successful as possible. So when Cam, and he doing this at this age now, and he really taking pride in playing basketball and doing it every day, and playing for his school, all those things. Like I tell him, like, bro, call me. Like not many people got the opportunity to call somebody that's going through what they've already been through. Like, you're going through exactly what I went through when I was in high school. Like, you're doing everything that I've done. So, like, you got somebody that you go to that can give you advice, that can show you, hey, I made this mistake back then. I hope you don't do it. Like, you got somebody that you could directly call. I'm one call away. We lived in the same household. Like, so it's important that he knows that I got him no matter what, that I'm here for him, and that, you know, we're going to talk through whatever troubles he had, because like I said, I've been through it. Like, it ain't nothing that he ain't seen that I ain't seen before, that he's seen that I haven't seen before. So it's important that he know, like, yeah, I'm going to answer when he calls. I'm going to take pride in, you know, being his big brother. I'm going to do whatever it takes for him to get to the next level and to surpass wherever I'm at right now. Like, I want him to be better than me. I want him to do better than me. So I gotta do my part too as well. I gotta make sure, you know, he going to the gym, he getting up shots, he working on his game, but also make sure everything else is taken care of. School first, you know, be an athlete, you know, second, and you know, when it comes to that, I just think like you gotta put in the same amount of effort in both, so you can be equally good as both, and equally great in both. Like, I know I said first and second, but no, I think they're equal. Like, student and athlete, like, they're together, because if you lag off in one, you'll be greater in the other. Like, if you put too much time in a student, you won't be as good of an athlete. If you put too much time in the athlete, you won't be as good of a student. So I think when you put that equal time in, and you put as much work in as possible in both those areas, you'll be as good as possible in both of those things. And that's why I try to tell Cameron all the time. It's like, bro, I didn't take no days off. Like you said, I woke up at 5 and got home at 8 every day in high school. And, you know, it wasn't no complaining. It wasn't nothing I could do about it. It's what I had to do. And I need you to know that's what you got to do, and that you can call me whenever there's problems. So the inspiration that he's had for me and the inspiration I have for him is equal, because he kept me pushing. He made me want to be as good as I am, so he know what it looked like. And for him, I hope I set a high enough standard to where he can be way better than I was, and exceed all the expectations that I have in my lifetime. When I entered college, I had some things that happened to me that was, you know, very life-altering. One of my best friends, somebody that I've, you know, known since I was about 4 to 5 years old, was killed 2 weeks before I entered college. It was interesting. It was hard. You know, that's probably the closest person that I ever lost in my life. So 2 weeks before I moved in, I was grieving, but I didn't really know how to grieve. And I was just going into college and going to this whole new atmosphere and trying to just navigate my way through, trying to find my way, find myself, living by myself for the first time in my life. It was hard. I ain't really had too many people to lean on. So when it came to that, it was difficult. My first year was probably some of the hardest times of my life. The only thing that was going good in my life was basketball. But when we talking about life and we talking about school, like, that's the lowest I think I've been. I'll be the first to tell you, my grades was horrible. 2.1 GPA my first semester of college. It's awful. I barely was eligible. And me coming from Haverford, like, my coach at the time, Coach RC, he like, yo, you went to Haverford. How the hell do you got 2.1? Holy Family. He was totally surprised, and like, I mean, I'm laughing at it now, but at the time, like, I was going through a lot. And I think that's totally normal for somebody entering college. If that happened to my friend or not, I think it would have been an adjustment for me. I'm on my own for the first time ever. Haverford was an all-boys school, so now I'm around, you know, girls 24/7. I'm able to, you know, interact with them and navigate with them, you know, as much as possible. Like, that was an adjustment. And just, you know, finding myself and learning to be myself no matter what was, I think, was the hardest part. So my college days entering was difficult, and I think, you know, as I moved on, things have gotten better. My sophomore year was a little better when it came to grades. Then COVID hit, so I was out of school for 2 semesters, I believe. We was out of school. I didn't really get to interact with people I didn't really get to interact with, you know, in college like that no more. So that was difficult, but I think it was time that was needed. I was able to really, you know, sit down and really find who I am and be comfortable and confident in who Kharon is. And I feel like I've always been that. I've always known who I was, but in college it's easy to get away from that. You come in to a place that's bringing people of all walks of life, all different shades of color, all different sizes and shapes, and different experiences and backgrounds. So it can be easy to fall into somebody else's, you know, experience and be like them, or whatever the case may be. So I think, you know, that time being in the pandemic and being to myself, it really helped me really lock back into who I was and really be comfortable with that. I feel like the biggest adjustment in college was like basically like knowing that everybody in your life that comes in your life in and out is here for a reason. The reason may be good, it may be bad, it may be in between. But it's our job as people to find out why those people are here and thank them for the lessons if they're here for a short time, and be grateful for them if they're here for a long time. And I think that was the biggest thing in college, was to really understand, like, everybody you got here is here for a reason, and we got to understand that, and we got to be thankful for that, because God don't do nothing by mistake. And when it comes to basketball, like I said, that was the only thing going well. My freshman year, I was playing amazing. I averaged 11-3 as a freshman, started every game. I felt like that I really, you know, had a chance to really do something with it. If that's the route I wanted to take, I feel like it would be there, even though that's not what I wanted to do. But I felt like I was good enough. And, you know, although that I say, like, long term, I never planned on, you know, playing in college. I mean, playing in the pros or doing anything beyond college. I still took this thing to heart. I still knew that it was my purpose for the time being. I knew this is what I wanted to do right this second. Like, just because I didn't want to do it long term didn't mean I didn't put my all into it while I was doing it. I think it's okay to know, like, hey, I'm gonna be done this at a certain time, but right now I'm going to grind as hard as I can. I'm going to work as hard as I can to be the best I am at it. I'm not going to half-ass it just because this is something that I don't see myself doing long term. So I don't want people to get mixed up with, you know, me saying that I didn't want to do this in the future. Mistake that for me not, you know, working hard at it or really taking pride in it, because basketball has been my life since I was 4 years old. And then, you know, once I was hurt in my sophomore year, I had to really, you know, really lock in and transition as to, you know, what's next for me, what I wanted to do. So I started out in physical therapy as my major here at Holy Family, and then it changed to psychology. And I found a passion for that. I found that's something that I wanted to do in the future. I feel like mental health and counseling and therapy is something that our community, the black community, looks down on. I want to bring awareness to it. I want to show people how important it is to really focus on that, because your mental health is everything. Mentally, if you're not there right, if you're not right mentally, you ain't gonna be right physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case may be. So I just want to bring awareness to that and show people that we need it. Like we need therapy. It ain't wrong to go to therapy. You ain't considered crazy if you go to therapy. So being here and you know, majoring in psychology, it helped me realize that I got a passion for that, and I want, you know, the black community to understand, like, this is only here to help us, not hurt us. And as I entered my senior year, I realized, like, basketball might be done after this year, even though I had 2 years eligibility left. I realized that, you know, I probably won't have any more physically to give to the game after I'm done this year. So I've, you know, tried to lock in on, you know, my future and, you know, what I wanted to do after the ball stopped bouncing. and I think I've done a good job of that. I plan on getting my master's here at Holy Family in clinical mental health counseling. That'll be 3 years. I'll be a grad assistant here at Holy Family for the basketball team. And I just know that my future was always bigger than basketball. I didn't know what it would look like, but I'm getting a good picture of it right now, and I'm really excited for the next chapter of my life. And I know, although basketball is over, it always have a special place in my heart.
Listen to me, you have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You gotta you have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
Last game, something I've been dreading all year, something I've been thinking about all year, something that's been bittersweet for me all year. On one hand, tired of my body feeling so achy after the games, started hurting at the games, doing whatever, taping before every game, all those things. I'm tired of those things. Like they begin to become, a nuisance at the time. But on the other hand, I'm about to end something that I've been doing my whole life, something that I love and I cherish, and I was afraid to see what life is like without it. So it's been bittersweet for me. Leading up to the game, we had a game on Wednesday night. We lost to Goody Beacom. I had a big shot, lost, and as the game is approaching, I'm talking to my girlfriend, and I'm telling her like I don't really know how I feel. Like, she keep asking me like, how you feel? I'm like, I don't know. Like, everybody keep asking me that question, and I really don't know. I didn't know when or how I would feel when the time comes, because it's like I won't know how I feel until it's officially over or when it's officially done. So approaching the game, it was just like, and it's really the last time. Like, it's the last time I'm gonna be playing for something with some meaning, playing with people I care about, playing for people that I care about, playing in front of people that I care about. It was the last time where those lights really gonna be on me, and I'm really doing this for a reason, not just playing in pickup or something like that. Like, this is the last time where it really counts, and it's for all the marbles. Like, it was hard for me to understand, because like that sense of belonging, that sense of community, like that's gone after this last time. So for me, leading up to the game, it was just like, I'm just thinking like, what is it going to be without it? I never experienced life without basketball. I never experienced life without playing it, or getting ready for a season, or working out real hard for this or for that, or working out for an exact goal, or to try to achieve something. So for me, it was just what is life like without it? Where's that fire going to go? Where's that passion going to go? And that's how it was, the days before the game. Our last practice, I just told my teammates, like, I can't thank them enough for understanding my circumstances throughout this year. Like, being out of the lineup because of injuries, not being able to practice as much as they were, not being able to lift as much as they were because my body wouldn't allow me to. I told them I know it could be frustrating and hard to see somebody barely doing what you're doing and still, being able to go out there and perform. So I thank them for understanding my circumstances and really supporting me and really being by my side throughout this whole entire year because they ain't had to. And I thank my coaches, especially Coach Haig. Like, I can't thank him enough for still trusting and believing in me and giving me all the confidence in the world to still go out there and try to be Kharon Randolph, even though I know I'm half his dad, with my injuries. And he's done a great job of just letting me know, like, yo, just go be you, and I'm fine with the results. And I can't thank him enough for that because it just gave me the opportunity to play on my last year how I wanted to play on my last year, and really, dig in and be who Kharon Randolph is on the court, and have glimpses and flashbacks of, who I used to be. So I can't thank him enough for giving me that opportunity as well. And I thank the coaching staff for just really trusting me and believing in me for that. That was my last practice. Coach told me to draw up the first play. Draw up the first play for the game. I went to a horn set. Told our point guard come off, and our big was set up back screen for the person he came off of, and he'll get a wide open three. You'll see it on tape. And him giving me that opportunity and making me do that was a good feeling as well. So I thank him for that. All my teammates was telling me, like, bro, like, you gotta go for 40. you gotta go get 50. And I'm like, yeah, like, it sounds good. I'm still trying to win. Like, at the end of the day, like, I still want to win the game. That's all I care about. But they was really riding with me. They was telling me, like, yo, just do it for us. Like, that's what we want to see. Like, go do it. I can't thank them enough for that. Then, game day. But the night before I got shots up, I'll tell you that. Night before I got shots up in the gym, right? And as I'm going into the locker room, I wasn't supposed to see this, but I go into the locker room and I see every locker with black shirts and with ones on them and Bonk on the back. And I just had a moment and getting emotional. Cause it's just like damn, like these people really care about me. I really left that type of impact where they would want to do that for me. Like, they want to put on those shirts. They want to wear number 1 for warm-ups because I left that type of impact. It made me feel some type of way. I wasn't supposed to see it yet. I told Coach the next day, like, I told him I thank him, but, like, I already knew. And he was laughing, but that was something else. And then game day. I get my coconut water. I drink my coconut water before every game. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep the night before. It was nerves. I tell people all the time I'm nervous before every game because I care so much. I know I want to perform well. But this was different. Like, this is a different type of nerve. My stomach was hurting. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Like, it was a difficult like 24 hours or so, just getting ready and trying to mentally prepare for what was about to happen, because I knew it wouldn't be easy. Now we're in warm-ups, looking at everybody coming, see all my family, see all my friends. That was a blessing. Like, I couldn't believe. I didn't know what to expect for senior day. Like, at Haverford, I scored 1,000 points. I had certain accolades. Like, I knew they would probably do it, big for me, like, because, I really left a mark. Holy Family, I ain't really reached none of those goals because of injuries, because of COVID. I wasn't able to, do the things that I set out to do. So I didn't know how senior day would look. And, it might have just been a picture, some flowers from my mom or something like that. So the fact that it looked the way it did was crazy to me. I got honored before the game, and as I'm, taking the picture, I get handed a framed jersey, my jersey, number 1 on it. It said Kharon Randolph on the frame. That was my first instance of the day where I was about to cry. I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely was. It was before the game. I had some crazy emotions. Standing there with my family. That was hard, man. And then I had to go out and go perform. That was difficult. During the game, of course, on my mind, all on my mind is to win. Just trying to play good, trying to show out for my last game, trying to show out for my family, my friends, and show them like, hey, at the end of the day, I can still do this if I wanted to. That was something else. I got in foul trouble, so I wasn't able to play as much as I wanted to. I might have been nervous as well, but like when it started getting down to about 2 minutes or so, the game was kind of getting out of hand. I think we were down about 10, and it wasn't really looking too good. I just started looking up in the air, started looking up at the lights, and I could see my eyes getting watery because it's like, damn, like it's about to come to an end. It was tough. Like I didn't want it to be over. I could have stood on that court all day with the lights on if I wanted to. So just looking up, I couldn't make eye contact with nobody I love, like my family, my friends, my girl. Like that was difficult. I couldn't talk. I couldn't look at none of them because I know that the waterworks will start coming. So I just was looking in the air like this is it for real. And then with about 30 seconds left, we were fouling. We were down. I still think about 10. I had 4 fouls, and I was told to go foul. So I fouled. And coach told me to take a walk down the court and then come back. As I was coming out, I got to shake everybody's hands, and as I hug coach, and I just told him I loved him and I thank him for everything that he's done for me. That's when I started crying for real. That was it. Like that was when I knew like damn, I wasn't going back in. I wasn't going to play another game on this court. I wasn't going to be able to play in front of family and friends no more. That's when I noticed it. That's when I really noticed it. So I'm walking down the line. I'm hugging on my coaches, hugging on my teammates, managers. As I get to Eric, he's been here with me for 4 years. That was the longest hug, and he just told me like bro, you did amazing. You did everything you can. I'm super proud of you. Like, that's somebody that I've been here with from the beginning, and I think, that hug meant a lot. And as I got to the end, they just started coming. I started crying. It's like 30 seconds left. They just coming down, just looking at the game. It's like damn, this really over. It's really done. And then the aftermath of it, people still was asking me like, "Are you good? Like, are you okay? How you feel?" Like, I still don't have no answer. Like, I still don't know, because it's only been a few days. Like, I still could go shoot around in the gym if I want. I could tell coach I want to come back next year if I really want to, but I ain't feeling it yet, and I think it won't come until in the summer where I'm not working on my game. I'm not getting in shape. I'm not really working on my skills, and then once next year starting, I'm in school, but for my master's, but I'm not actually on the court with my teammates and really practicing and working out with them early mornings. I think that's when it really start setting in that this is over. And I think I'm content. I think I've done everything that I needed to do. I think I gave the game everything that I've had. And I think it gave me everything that I needed as well. And I have no regrets. I think I've done everything that I've needed to do. I've showed everything I needed to show. recognition come and go, and I'm fine with that. Like, what I've done for myself and for the people around me that I love, I think I've done everything that I needed to do. And my parents know, that when I was doing this, what I was doing. So I think I did the damn thing in my eyes. I'm talking to the kids that's coming up, the ones in middle school, high school, even some people that might be in college that's younger than me. It's all for the people in Philly. I just want to let y'all know, like, at the end of the day, this is going to stop bouncing. And like, I know it sounds cliche, but it's something that we all need to know, like, and we all need to take pride in, like, that we ain't going to be playing this game forever. So we got to prepare ourselves for the aftermath. We got to prepare ourselves for the things that comes after life after basketball. And I think, regardless of what, you want to do in your lifetime, if it is go to the NBA or if it's something else, you gotta know that this gonna be done. Like, and I don't want people to be lost after this is done, after basketball is over, because it happened to too many people in our city where once the basketball stops bouncing, they don't know where life is after that. They don't know what to do when it's all said and done. So my biggest advice is, create relationships, make connections, always be a good person to people, because you'll never know who you might need or what you might need, when life comes at you later in time. So always be a good person, always be you, and don't take nothing for granted. Enjoy every aspect of this. Like, this last year is the most fun I've ever had playing basketball, because I've enjoyed every single moment, every win, every loss, every time I step foot on the court with my team. I've enjoyed every bit of that. So don't take nothing for granted, because you never know when it might end. You're not in control of this. So God is. So just make sure that you're doing everything in your power to, set yourself up for after basketball, and know that it's going to be over. And I want to leave y'all with one quote. Be you, because everyone else is taken. Be you, because everyone else is taken. Always be yourself. Always be confident in who you are. Don't never settle for something else. Be you, because everyone else is taken.
Make this as short as I can. First thing, congratulations on a great basketball career. From the time you were a little kid, I always knew you were going to be really good and achieve some great things on the basketball court. And you did. You were great for me. We had some really great teams. You moved on to high school. You won a championship with Coach Rogers. Obviously, you were the best player on the team. You moved on to Holy Family. You were a great player there, and I couldn't be happier for you or more proud of you. Secondly, a college degree, buddy. Congratulations. It opens up a lot of doors. You're going to be great at what you do. You're going to be great at helping people, counseling people, mentoring people, because you care about people and you're a great young man. Last but not least, and this is the most important thing, the person that you are. You're a phenomenal person. Your parents raised you the right way. Your mom and dad did a great job with you. They did a great job with your sister, your brother. I can't wait to meet your new little brother. You just come from a great family, and you've achieved everything because of your hard work and the direction that they sent you in. And I just couldn't be more proud of you. I love you to death, brother. Don't be a stranger. Give me a call when you get a chance. Bye-bye.
I don't know where to start, man. I mean, behind me, you see what's going on. It's been a journey, man, to watch you go from little puny Kharon to a college grad, finished out your middle school, your high school, and your college career all on a high level, high note. The school loves you. We all love you for sure. Everybody, I don't think nobody can have anything bad to say about you, man. I just want to say I was just excited to be a part of the journey. We've been up and down the East Coast with the basketball thing, but besides from basketball, you're just a great person, man. And don't ever lose that energy and that spirit that you got, man. congratulations to my third son before I had my third son, man. We love you. Continue to be great, kid.
Yo, Bonk. So congrats on a great career, man. I've been watching you play basketball for a long time now, man. I can say that I'm really proud of what you accomplished over the time of me being able to watch you play. Over the years, you've just been a great guy. Like, love you to death, man. And I remember before we had KJ, I always said I wish I had a Scorpio son who act like you. And a couple years later, God gave us KJ. So hopefully, he Bonk 2.0, man. But we're proud of you. We love you. And, I can always say that your 3 younger siblings are blessed to have a big brother like you and someone to model after all their accomplishments and accolades, man. I wish you well with everything that you do in the future. You're determined and you're driven, and you're going to do great things, man. Love you, man. Proud of you.
Hi, Kharon. I am so proud of you. Oh, my God. I can't even explain. I knew when you was a little boy you was going to do something extra special. I wish you the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations. I love you so much. All right, bye for now. Love you.
Congratulations, Bonk, man. Super proud of you on graduating from college, man. I wish you nothing but continued success, man, and happiness, man. And I love you.
My name is Kharon Randolph, and this is a discussion about Kharon Randolph, who is my grandson. I just want to say, Kharon, congratulations on your 4 years of college. I really think you're the best. I don't know. I may be kind of prejudiced, but I just think you're the one. And I'm so proud of you. You're my first grandchild. I love you. There's nothing else that I could really say. That I just wish you so much success in life. And you're going to be successful because you're just absolutely marvelous. And that's the word I'm going to say, marvelous. I love you, Kharon. I love you. I love you.
Congratulations, Bonk. Oh my God, nephew. We are just so proud of you. It truly is an honor to be your aunt. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Your future is so bright. Oh my God. Your future is so bright. And I just thank God for you every day, nephew. I just love you. Words can't even express how proud I am of you. You every day. Above and beyond anything that I could ever imagine. I just know your future is bright, and I'm just honored and privileged to be a part of that. I love you, love you, love you,
love you, love you, love you.
I love you, nephew. Congratulations.
Bonk, you know I love you with my entire heart. You've always been extra special to me. I know, as you've already proven, that so many great things are going to happen for you. You are the absolute best. I love you.
Congratulations, Kharon. We're proud of you, and we love you. And keep doing good things.
And inspiring others.
Keep doing what you do.
My name is Beverly Chamberlain. I am the great-grandmother of Kharon Randolph. Let me tell you the story of my life with him. First, he had a mother named Nakia Hannibal, which he still has. She was my first grandchild. I loved her so much, and as the years went on, she had a son, which was my first great-grandchild. And then along came this man named Damon Randolph. Well, everybody, I'm going to tell you the story.
Well, he came along before Kharon came along.
In their lives. So, this story is about them. First, he took my granddaughter from me, and he married her. Then he came along, my great-grandchild that I idolized. He took him away from me. And then they all moved into a home of their own, which broke my heart. But my heart came back, and then I learned to deal with Damon Randolph, the father of this beautiful boy that I love so much. And then as the years came on, and we call him Bonk, and as he grew, a man told me one day, this boy is born for good luck. And you know what? He never lied. And I don't even know this man. He looked at that kid and he said, this boy is born for good luck. And that's all that's been happening to him all his life. I couldn't be more happier, more prouder, more thoughtful. I just can't get enough of him. I wish him all the best in the world. And I love you, Kharon Randolph. And you know how much love my mama has for you. Have a great day.
Congratulations, Kharon.
Congratulations.
Bonk G's, my dog. The stuff you did this year on one leg, bro, is amazing. A lot of people couldn't do what you did, and you know you gave it your all, even though you know your body was breaking down. You still tried to practice, you still tried to be with us, do the workouts with us, do anything you could. You know, you was the voice. Being a team captain with you was a blessing. I learned a lot off you, being more vocal, stepping up, just taking the challenge of being there, being a captain, being a leader, having people look up to you. You know, you do a lot, especially for everybody. As far as like the BSU event, you don't got to do that. You do that. You get in front of everybody and talk. I learned from that too, because you know I don't like doing that. But you know, you definitely set the bar high for me next year. And I just want to say thank you. You know, thank you for being there. Thank you for being my roommate. Thank you for being there on my visit. You know, just always an ear to listen. Always the talks we had, you always, said positive things to me, especially things that I didn't want to hear, but you said it. But I respect that because I needed to hear that. And, sometimes, people don't want to be, hold accountable. But me and you from the jump, we met each other. We told each other, like, we could yell, scream, do stuff like that. We won't get mad at each other. And you stayed true to your word. And we did. We yelled. We screamed. And nothing happened. We took it. We took it. And, I think we was the two best captains, probably, one of my best teammates, captains I ever had. So I just want to say thank you and good luck with your future, bro.
I love you.
I love you, welcome.
And you're the best.
You're best, welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What's up, Bonk? It's Ken, Boom, Randolph. First I'd like to say, Bonk, I love you to pieces. Couldn't ask for a better big brother. You've been there for me, for my trials and errors and stuff like that with basketball and just life. Like, if I need anything, you're there. If like I call you or I need something from you, you're there. Like, I just love you. Like you just been there for me, like at all times. Like if I call you right now and I need something, you gonna ask me what is it for, and then you give it to me. Like you just the support is just all I need. Like just someone there for me, other than mom and dad. Like just someone that can relate to me. Also, even though mom and dad can relate, it's just you've been there and you kind of younger, so you know where I'm going through on these times and stuff like that. Basketball, you've been there from middle school all the way to college, going to school for free. That's amazing. Like a lot of people don't do that like that. It doesn't come easy. 1,000-point scorer in high school, like that stuff isn't easy. That's hard to do. A lot of people can't say they scored 1,000 points in high school. So like knowing you did that and you my big brother is just like maybe times 10. Like I see you on Instagram sometimes. I'm like, yo, like that's really my brother. Like it's crazy because like a lot of people look up to you for real. I don't know if you know that, but like a lot of people, like, you know, they look up to you and stuff like that, or they think like you was a good like ball player, like for real. Like you was one of the best in the city at one point. Like that's how good you was. And so like I'm related to you, and then at that I'm your brother. Is like me, like only good things could come to me. It's in our genes. So like you know, you went to school, going to school for free. You about to go get your master's and stuff like that. Psychology. Bonk. I just love you. Keep doing your thing. More blessings to come. Love you. Be safe. And yeah.
So hi everyone. My name is Kayana. I'm Kharon's one and only sister. Congratulations, Bonk. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And just watching you grow and just be the person you are over these years and see how much you have accomplished. It's amazing. This is not a question for the video, but I will make it one. What are 3 words to describe you? I would definitely say determined, a leader, and loving. Every single thing you've ever done, you've done it with love. In every single position you've been a leader. Like whether it was basketball team, and you might not have had the name of being a leader, but you always became one. You're very sacrificial on and off the court. Very selfless. Like just watching you grow in basketball too, like not just as a person. It's been really nice to see too. I'm just so proud of you. I literally don't even have the amount of words to describe who you are and how you are, but just people experiencing you, they know what I mean. They know what I mean. And honestly, just to know that, like, to have someone in my life like you, and then to be able to call them a big brother is even more special for me. And just top it off, they need someone like you in their life. Everyone should have a Kharon in their life. Everyone should have a Bonk in their life. You know what I mean? As a friend, as a mentor, as a person, a co-worker, a brother, anything. You know what I mean? Like, you are literally a great person inside and out. And I'm just so glad to call you my brother. I love you.
Hi son, how are you? Mommy is here to let you know how proud of you I am. Really, words cannot describe exactly what I feel. But I want you to know that your steps are ordered by God, that the best has yet to come. Son, when I think about you from a little boy, teachers used to always rave about you, talking about how great of a boy you were, how mannerly you were, and all these great things we would just constantly hear about you. Well, all of that has come full bloom, son, and now you're a young man, and we're still hearing those same accomplishments. Wow. Wow, kudos to you, son. You have made us so proud, and we're so grateful and thankful to you. We thank God for you. We thank you for all that you have added to our family, right? Well, you're not just a person walking the earth. You're an asset everywhere you go, son. People rave about you. They talk about your goodness. They talk about your heart. They talk about your character. And that's most important, son, is your character. Keep doing you. Keep being you. Keep shining light in all those dim, dark places, because the world needs a Bonk. They need you. They need your sunshine. They need your glow. And son, I just honor you today. We celebrate you. We give you your flowers because you so very well deserve them. Your mom is honored to have a son like you. I can't thank God enough for you and all that you have done and brought to our lives. Mommy loves you. I think the world of you. Be blessed, son, and I'll see you soon.
I thank him for, allowing me to experience and see some of these things, as a parent, you know what I'm saying? I know that for me playing basketball, what it meant and how I felt about it, but for me to see my kid experience it, it's a whole nother faceted level of satisfactory, fulfillment, and just knowing like, damn, them days of just shooting shots in the playground and rebounding the basketball and telling him he gotta work and him quitting and him pouting and whining and bitching and complaining, and it'd be all worth it at the end of the day, man. It'd be all worth it to now see this young man about to cross the stage as a college graduate it's pretty fucking good, man. I really am thankful, you know, for his diligence and his approach to just everything that we instilled in him, because he didn't have to. He could have damn sure said, I ain't doing this, or I don't want to do this, but you know, he took it all in stride, man, and he got it done. His mom always said, be like Bonk. Like, that was one of her quotes. Like, she would always say, like, from like in the middle of high school into college, she would always say that quote, be like Bonk, because she's so proud, and you know, she's so ecstatic about what he's done and what he's doing and what he's going to do. But to be in all those different schools and places and to know that everybody from top to bottom feels the same about you, what you bring to the atmosphere, what you bring to the school, how you impact the people, how you impact the teachers, you know, we don't want you to leave, and so on and so forth. Like, this is every single place he's been in. That's how everybody's felt. They don't want him to leave. They want him to come back, and you know, it's just a testament to him, his life, and his dedication to just greatness and just being great. So I can honestly say, and I can finish with, we thank you, Bonk. We thank you for just being you. We thank you for not being a follower. We thank you for being a leader. We thank you for stepping up when you didn't know if it was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But Kharon, we thank you for all of the memories, all the laughs, all the tears, all the long days, all the driving all over the place. But we thank you.